Hi everybody, it's Kiara. How are you all doing? This is a quilt tube. I have no idea what number. I think it's in the 20s. It could be 19, but it could be 20, 22. I didn't look up before I started recording. My name is Kiara again. I am a 50-something-year-old mom, wife, mother. Mom, wife, mother, you have to say things more than once. And I am a native New Yorker who lives in Northwest Arkansas. And it's been a hot minute since I've been here with a quilt tube. Life got seriously totally crazy in March, so I haven't seen you guys in a while. And I didn't do much, and then over the weekend I did so much, and I have a lot to show you. And I'm excited. I have some haul, I have some projects. I'm coming up to the end on a couple of whips I have, so we'll get into that. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is one of the clues from Cotton Cuts. This is my second Cotton Cuts. This is the Flyaway, and my colorway is, I don't know what my colorway is. I'm looking for, is Songbird. It features Cheddar at Twilight from Riley Blake, and this is it. I had to make 2 of these, so this was, I think, clue 2. Could have been clue 3. I think it was clue 2. We'll find out later because I got the next one. So there's that, and I'm really loving this thing. And then I did my Wild West, which is Prairie Sunset, and these are art gallery fabrics. I did these, so I made 2 of those. I have decided I might not do another one of these because for some reason my blocks never measure what they said, and it is what it is. So I'm going to finish these and then I will make a decision if I'm going to do another one or not. But I have so many other projects I want to do that I think I'm going to head that way. Next, I'm going to show you, I finished all my blocks for the Simply Jelly Rolls sampler from that quarter shop. They did this a few years ago, and then Pat Sloan did one. This is what it's going to look like, and I did all the blocks. I finished the last one over the weekend, which is in here somewhere, so I'll show you. I did 2 of these. So now all I have to do on this is assemble this, so that's exciting. And I did a few, I think I did 2 of these. This is the last row. And here's the one I did over the weekend. So there's that. And I really like how this is using Pat Sloan's Paradise Park line. It's a jelly roll with some yardage for the background. So I'm really loving that. Then I did, I think, 7 blocks. Hold on, I'll tell you. This is the March Quilt Along from Pat Sloan. But I want to tell you how many I did, so I have to find my page in my little journal book I keep. I've done 7 blocks, and this is using a Lori Holt line. This pattern is from Pat Sloan. It's a log cabin-esque. Okay, hold on. I gotta take my sweater off. I was cold a second ago, and now I'm like really warm. So I have to make 30. I've made 7. This is gonna be like, I'm gonna cut a bunch and I'll do them as I get a chance. Because I traveled so much in March, I didn't really get a chance to do this because I had so much going on. Plus, I have to budget my time a little bit because life is ever changing between work. I'm going to be doing a different position in my DAR chapter. So it's a whole bunch. And then this is Grandma's Kitchen. I am using A Walk in the Prairie by Modern Prairie, which is Melissa Gilbert's line. I have completed I've completed a bunch of blocks, but I don't know if I've completed them all. So I think this is block 7. I have to look at the pattern to see where I am on that. But I have like 6 blocks to catch up on. I printed them all, so that's good. And then this weekend, I finished the National Parks blocks from Pat Sloan. National Parks. And I finished the last 4 blocks I had. But I'm actually going to just show you all my blocks because there's only 9. And then I'll show you the layout if it's right here on this desk. So 1, 2. I love this next one. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Now for some reason this only says 8. So now I'm gonna have to go through and see what I didn't do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could have swore that I had all 9 done. So now I'm gonna have to go find out where block 9 is, or if I did not. Hold on, let me just check something. Here's block 9 right here. 9. So that's all done. It's mixed up. I think these are from the last time, but I'm just going to show you these quickly. These are some more of my walk in my grandma's kitchen. And then I have these. I'm sure you've seen these, but I have all of these done. These are for my, I have 2 of these. Okay, so that's all the blocks I've done lately. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna get into, do we wanna do haul first? Do you want me to show you? Let's do haul and then we'll do plans, okay? Because plans are kind of big. Actually, let's do plans first. So one of the things I also did was, here's the layout from Ode to the National Parks from Pat Sloan. Free pattern on her website. So I cut out all my sashing to do it, and I ordered a border fabric that I'm just waiting for. So one of my plans is to assemble my national parks. I'll probably wait till Saturday to do that, but that's one of my plans. My next plan then is to cut out, I need to figure, I'm gonna cut everything to assemble the center. I decided I don't feel like doing this checkerboard back border, so I'm gonna see if I have enough from what I was gonna use for the checkerboard border to make 2 additional borders. It'll just mean I have to piece it because I believe I have enough to do it. So that's my plan with that. If not, I will go on and see if I can find a bigger print to make the other border. I just have to look and see how I had the remaining fabric, because I think one was a binding and one was not. I just decided, though I don't really need to do 2 borders. I could just put 1 border and consider it done, because otherwise this is an 80 by 86.5. So if I leave one off, it'll just be a little bit narrower and a little bit shorter, but still a nice size. And this came from this book. All the blocks in here are in this book. And there's actually a lot of quilts in here that I wouldn't mind doing. So there's that. So those are my plans to get that stuff, and so I can start finishing. Then I decided I have to decide what, remember back in late December, my quilt plans? Well, so far, I'm keeping up with my design. Well, I'm not keeping up with my designer mystery. I have to go through and see how many blocks I have to do for 2024 designer mystery. My Wild Wild West, I'm one block. I have it just here. I have to do, and then my Flyaway. And then our next designer mystery is coming. So I need to look at these lists and see what I need to finish next. I honestly think I'm leaning towards Millie's dresses next, because I would like to move that one along. I'm leaning between Millie's dresses and Heartfelt, but I may actually just start working at them in tandem. Because the other thing on here is the Holly Jolly Quilt Along. And I'm really not in the mood for Christmas. So I just have to decide which one I'm going to do. I think it's going to be Millie's dresses though. Or what the other thing I'm thinking is doing one Millie's dress, one Heartfelt, one Millie's dress, one Heartfelt. Because also the next charity quilt is coming. So there is that. So moving on from that, let's go into haul. I started the saltwater sampler. I started cutting it out and I must have cut my fabric wrong, so I ordered some other pieces of that fabric from Sherry and Chelsea, My Quilting Life, and I think it's Chelsea Stratton Designs. So I got that. So there's that. Then let's see what's in here. I think, does this say? This is the next, we're almost done with all the pieces for this. So this is Clue 9 of Wild West. And this is, let's see what this is on Flyaway. So I'll probably do I might even do these tonight because they're all cut out. And this is Clue 3 of Flyaway. So there's those. What else do we get? Here is block 10 of Designer Mystery. So let's see where we are in Designer Mystery, guys. Okay, so I'm 2 blocks behind, block 9 and 10. And this is block 10 that came while I was away. So we're not too far. There's a lot of fabric in this one. Block 9. Okay, so there's that. Then what else do I have here? I have 2 books. I got this one because I think Pat Sloan is going to be doing quilt along from this, but it's called Simply Half Yards and it's by It's Emma, and they just did Simply Jelly Rolls, so I liked this. That or Fat Quarter Shop's doing a sampler, which if they are, I'm all over that. So it has some really pretty quilts in here, like that one, and there was another one. Kind of like this one too. This is a 60 by 60, and this is from Buttercup and Sleep by Corey Yoder. What's this? I just like that. So it has some nice. Then, plus I love any quilt book written by the Fat Quarter Shop. They're phenomenal. Then I have all of these. This is the Jolly Bar book 5, volume 5. I think they're doing a sampler quilt over the summer at some point. I hope so. But it has quite a few. Let me show you the 2 that I love. It has quite a few that I like. This is one. It's small, but you can make these bigger so easy. And if you made this one 3x3, and that one only used one Jolly Bar. A Jolly Bar is half of a layer cake. And then there was another one that was small that I liked just because I thought it would be a quick and easy quilt. And it's another small one. It's one Jolly Bar, but, and again, if you did more than one, you could do it, or if you just threw some borders on it, you can make it. The center on this, this is 30 by 35. This is such a great size for a baby quilt, baby gift. So there's that one. And sometimes I like small quilts just to throw over my legs, like if I'm sitting doing something. So, but this one has 20 quilts in it, and there are probably about 6 in here that I really like. So there's this. Then I got my Sew sampler. You've seen unboxings. I'm just throwing it in here because this is the March 2025. There's this. I don't know what this is. Promo code. Oh. I do kind of like the next quilt along, because Peaceful Baskets is almost over. Oh, it is over. In April, we start a new one. So I probably am just going to make my Peaceful Baskets either into a wall hanging or a pillow to give for a gift. So the next one's coming, and it's designed by Camille Ruskelli. So I think that's how you say her name. So I'm kind of excited about that, and maybe I'll keep up better with that. So what did we get? We got an endurance blade. Love me getting an endurance blade. Always very cool. Then we got this stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever use this, because honestly, if my iron gets too cruddy, I only buy cheap irons and then I just get a new one. So this is an iron cleaner. This might wind up in a giveaway. Then what else did we get? Then we got a mini vacuum. So, and it's pink. And here it is. I haven't tried it yet. We got directions. So, oh, that cloud. And then I like the pattern on this one. I looked at it quickly and I wasn't really paying attention. This is the extra, the different one. And then got the finishing directions and the Peaceful Baskets. And what I will probably do with these is I'll put them in something, and then if I ever decide one day to make the pattern, I have it. But I also like them because those were such big blocks. Sometimes it's really nice to have just like this layout for something. So, and then we got this. This is called the Waterfall Quilt Pattern. It's 56.5 by 68. Okay, and we got a 10-piece fat quarter bundle. I don't even know who this is by. Let's see. I liked the colors. Do we know who this is by? Just the card. It'll tell me. I don't feel like opening it. I like to keep my stuff wrapped up. Welcome the spring with open arms. Oh, it's Sandy Gervais for Riley Blake. Okay, so I'm always drawn to her. I'm always drawn to her fabric. And I've bought a bunch of fat quarter bundles, but I never do anything with it. My new goal is to only buy stuff that I'm going to use. While it's beautiful to have it on a shelf, it doesn't do any good if you don't use it. So I really like the colors in this. So what else do we need? We need 5/8 yard teal for the binding, and then we need 3 1/8 yards backgrounded and border. So what I will probably do is I will take this pattern because I really, really, really like this pattern. Okay. So I may go buy some background fabric and throw it in a tote to make. I don't know. I say that now, but I don't know. It's got a lot of half square triangles. I love designers that love half square triangles, but half square triangles take a lot of work because you got to make them, cut them apart, press them, trim them. It's just a lot of work. My favorite thing is just like draw. Sometimes it's just let's just do straight. Yes, that is where I am. I am fatigued. It's the last 6 weeks of school. I am very fatigued. But I do like it, so who knows? I'll probably just leave this. What I might do is just put the pattern and this together, because I know it goes together. Unless someday I'm looking at something, I'm like, oh, I have some stuff that'll match that. So what did I think of this box? I really enjoyed this box. There was stuff in it. And like I told you before, any box that gives me a rotary, I've told you this in previous videos, any box that gives me a rotary blade, an ultra rotary blade, makes me very happy. Because I know I don't change my rotary blade. And plus, I'm intrigued by this, so we will see. So for right now, I'm just going to put it all back, and because I have to clean in here, and I have to move forward. So that is what's going on with me. And no, it won't be another 3 weeks till I come again, though I am traveling again. I'm home for all of April. Then I go away in May. And then I go away in June. And then I go away in July. So it's busy. And plus I have to have a lot of meetings. Like I said, I'm going to be, instead of helping people with their applications, I will still help people with their applications because we have a new registrar coming in. So I have to help her so she's not flooded. I am going to be in charge of our chapter. I'm going to be what's called the regent for the DAR. I'm excited about that. I have a really nice team that, you know, people think the DAR is all old people, and my team ranges from 20s to 70s. So I'm really excited. It's a wide spectrum of ladies, and we're excited for our volunteer work and our service projects. Today we just had a service project. We call them Service in Seconds. And we did one in February where we assembled gift bags for veterans. So this time what we're doing is we did teacher gifts today. And we did 100 goodie bags. They're like this by this. Just some things, chapstick, bookmark, snacks, just things to let our local teachers that we appreciate them. So it's fun. I'm looking forward to my group of ladies and my chapter. We're a rather large chapter where we have 77 members. Generally about 20 come to our meetings, but we have moms at work and we have all walks of life. So it's lots of fun. So I'm rambling, so I'm going to go because I have to go feed my children because it's after 5, so I'm sure they want dinner. And I hope you all have a great day. And I'll probably be back maybe next week or the week after. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.